got a music review. This one's called Augustus Caesar, Save the Children. Don't know much about it. Someone sent it in. Save the Children. Seems interesting. It's kind of like a big topic right now with everything going on in the world. You know, a lot of, I'm assuming it has something to do with all the trafficking of children and all that fucked up shit, man. Yeah, so I hope this is good. Even if the song's bad, I'm still going to give it a decent score because the message is important and it's good, right? So let's check it out. Augustus Caesar, Save the Children.
It's a violent night in Patterson, New Jersey.
7 people were shot in one incident, leaving 4 people dead and everyone else terrified.
Coronavirus enters its next deadly week. Gun violence is sweeping the streets of Patterson.
Patterson's no joke. I'm sure a lot of messed up shit going on in Patterson.
Yo, staring at my scars, but now they're really hard to see. I was Simba, king of the jungle. I was a Freddy Cassius Clay. I give it out, not like you with the penny. I used to pray for times like this, to rhyme like this. Now I got off my knees to shine like this. How come they don't teach rhythms in schools like this? How come financial lit is not tight lit? What are they teaching in these schools? We need self-development, a diet and a regimen. These kids dying for buying McDonald's like it's medicine. No vitamin D, no exercise, running the...
Well, I mean, right off the bat, it's not the message I thought, but it's still a very good message. It's how we're raising our children, right? I mean, fast food and what we're teaching them in school, and I agree with all this, at least a lot of it. Yeah, I agree with this. I mean, I went viral over like my fear of the youth and the generations beneath me. So this kind of hits home for me. I assumed it'd be about child trafficking, but it's something that's still very important. How we raise our children, right? The stuff they listen to, the stuff the internet feeds them. I mean, this is all very important stuff, and I think he's doing a really good job about getting his message across, and it sounds good. Yeah, so far so good, man.
Twitter fingers looking after Cardi B. Girls snapping at these niggas. They wanna be verified, seeking validation. Check marks, I check marks. Punctuation, question mark. Can you afford that dripping?
Man, I don't really mean to even stop this too much, but like, it's just so true. I mean, everyone's seeking validation and seeking this clout shit, which drives me absolutely insane. You know, I get it if you're a rapper and, you know, stuff like that, and you're successful and that's what you do and you make a living off of it. But people just want clout for no reason, and I just don't understand it personally. And I think he's kind of saying it, what I'm thinking when I talk about that stuff, and whether it be on live or in the DMs, and you know, I think he makes a really valid point that everyone's really seeking validation from others when they really need to kind of just seek validation from themselves. I think that's a really good point.
Dead trying to ride the whip, his mama's so fortunate. We're slaves to our time, so we stinking like our peers. Houdini in his cage, make my news disappear. We ain't Democrats, Republicans, we're chimps in the bubble. Planet of the apes, planning my escape, founded in the page. Apes together, strong, one human race. Religions from the Bronze Age, they call me an apostate. Apostolate, I read more Bible than you lightweights. No, my tummy aches, you begging for the sugar. I trust my machine like I'm Benny the Butcher. You calm by the system, getting whore like a hooker. You love your shoes, spending $200 on Yeezys. Ain't ballin' like you easy. You niggas better believe me, you're an easy when you see me, cause you know I keep it breezy. Worn out like a CD, but my flow is straight graffiti. And Tahiti getting freaky with my Dominican shorty. She upon me, mama told me always he was right before me. Perfectly distracted from the fear factor on TV. There's viruses and conflicts in the stock market is sinking. Titanic was a panic, got everyone overthinking. Violence are playing, preachers saying this is the end. Wait until the credits till you see what we avenge. Iron Man, War Machine, no Cap America. We need to kill our violence or we'll blow like a nebula. This is the only planet, planeteers better listen. Plant your trees daily, this is how we save the children. Yeah.
Wow. That was a lot to unpack. This guy's spitting straight facts, man. And you can't not agree with it. You know what I mean? That whole Yeezy line, first of all, was just ridiculous. I mean, just bars-wise. But yeah, I mean, spending $220 on a pair of shoes. I mean, he just says so much. You know, it's a very polarizing world right now. And as a kid growing up in it, like, can you imagine? I couldn't imagine. When I grew up, I mean, I was like mid-'80s born, right? 90s, it was a different time. It was a much simpler time. You know, with all this technology at your fingers and, you know, everybody has to have the best shoes and the best this and the best that to get validated. It's just so important to these kids. And just, I mean, like he said, growing up in such a polarizing, divisive world, man, we're all just one human race. I think that's very important. I think this song is very important. It does not have enough views. You know, it does not have enough views. And I usually base these songs off content, and I mean, like, just song, vibe, and video, but like, I mean, as far as a message, it doesn't get any better than this. So I think this is extremely important.
This is how we save the children. Yeah, this is how we save the children. This is how we save the children. Yeah.
Did he donating $1 million to Akon? I mean, just philanthropy.
Yeah.
You know?
This is how we save them. Yeah.
Everybody does their part.
Yeah.
Make a big difference. I mean, where do I begin? I think this message is extremely important. You know, it's good to see that people, you know, understand this and see this, and his perspective is spot on. You know, anyone who's an adult, you know, even anyone who's 19 and has a platform, right, has a responsibility to these children, right? They look up to you. They're going to do what you do. So the example that you set is going to, right, affect a lot of kids. And I know there's a lot of articles in this video that you saw where, you know, Akon and, you know, P. Diddy donating money. It's just like, you know, LeBron's school, things like that. I mean, if everybody just, and obviously we can't all donate $1 million to a school. You know what I'm saying? But we can do our part to kind of steer them in the right direction, right? Because kids really look up to a lot of y'all. You know what I mean? Even me, for some reason. You know, and that's why, like, I take this stuff pretty seriously, and I try to take this stuff seriously as far as, you know, when I talk to people who are struggling and whatnot, and I try to give them the best advice I can, but, like, I mean, this is important. I would hate to grow up in a time like this where, you know, it's black versus white, it's Democrat versus Republican. It's just such a messed up world that if everybody did their part, maybe we could slowly kind of, you know, change the direction, because the kids really are the future. I mean, anyone who's 15 now, 10 now, eventually will be 40, 50. And some of them are going to be running for office. So I don't know. This is a very important message. So, I mean, as far as the song, because of the message, I'm going to give it a straight 9.2. 9.2. I'm going to give the video an 8.8. That's how important I think this is. I mean, it was well done. I mean, you could just see kind of like the pain in the guy's, the guy's heart and the guy's just face, just seeing what's going on in the world and how it's affecting the children. Like, this means something to this guy. And then the way he put in these articles and put in these news clips just to kind of paint a picture of what's going on, and then what needs to be done afterwards. It's just good. It got me a little emotional at one point. I'm just being real. And if I'm a pussy for that, then I'm a bitch. I don't care. I think this is important. I think you guys need to watch this. I think this is the most important song I've reviewed, period. So 9.288, I'm going to give it a 9 even. Augustus Caesar, save the children. Everybody, let's do our part. Let's save the children. For real. 9 even. That's review. Shout out to Augustus Caesar.
It's a violent night in Paterson, New Jersey.
7 people were shot in one incident, leaving 4 people dead and everyone else terrified.
The coronavirus enters its next deadly wave. A wave of gun violence is sweeping the streets of Paterson. 106 shootings this year have wounded 124 people and killed 21.